Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where today we are here back in Roblox and Restaurant Tycoon 3. Now, this video isn't like any of the other ones I've made on Restaurant Tycoon 3 where the other ones have been playthroughs and stuff like that. This one is going to be more of a tips and tricks video. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 3-star restaurants and you're probably wondering how I actually managed that. Now, the last video that came out before this one, I think maybe the video before, I don't remember, but I did talk about how I did this, and I wanted to make a more dedicated video on the best ways to get your rating higher in this game, and probably the easiest ways. So we'll go to my main cafe, my videos cafe, and we'll go ahead and walk in. Now, obviously, I'm working a little bit of something for the next video, so that's the kind of spoilers. But if you look at my restaurant at first glance, what do you notice? There's a lot of decorations. Now, if you look in the restaurant, obviously this is a little slow. Once we start serving dishes, we go back to 3.4. You saw at the beginning of the video, it was 3.4. So, as you can see down here, you get points for 5 things: service, food, atmosphere, expansions, and hygiene. Now, obviously here, atmosphere is at a 1.7, but I can almost guarantee you, if that got taken away, if I got rid of all these decorations and I just had the bare bones of my restaurant, I would be on I'd be on hardly a 2.5. So obviously it doesn't look like much, but anything a little helps. Now obviously you can see I've got a 5-star and 2 stats, that being service and hygiene. Now if I'm being totally transparent, getting to there was not cheap. I had to spend quite a bit of time like playing the game, getting cash and doing stuff like that, but when I tell you it is worth it because once you get the ball rolling with tables like these and just a restaurant in general, then it becomes very easy to get money as long as you have a good restaurant. So yeah, that is something you are going to need if you are a beginner's player with less than 1,000 cash, and if you can't easily make like 10,000 like half an hour, then this video is not for you. For you guys, I think I'll probably make a separate video on how to get good really quickly, and that's going to involve the use of these like really big tables, and also getting your rating up and using rush hours, which I didn't actually buy, but I did definitely server hop to use. So yeah, so that's the first tip: get decorations, make your restaurant look nice, because unlike other restaurant type games, making your restaurant look nice is rewardable. So the second thing here, if we look, is the bathroom. Now, as you can see, if we look over here at the thing here, I have a 5-star in hygiene, and let me just show you. So this is probably the cheaper of the two I've got 5-star in. So the sinks maybe cost 300 each. The mirror costs 300. I don't think you have to add the mirror, so it's just 300 on the sinks. And the double cubicles, which you can actually buy in the bathroom, if you scroll all the way down here, you can get a double pre-made bathroom stall. So yeah, you can get that, and using these alone isn't actually going to get you much, because usually they come without the toilet brush. But I kid you not, placing these toilet brushes in my stalls, every single one of them, look, you've got one there, one in this one here, and also you have some in the men's bathroom as well. Look, one in every stall. I promise you, when I tell you the toilet brushes carried me to 5 stars, I'm telling you the toilet brushes carried me to 5 stars. Now, obviously, in this game, you don't actually have to like do all this extravagant stuff and obviously go outside, make all this stuff, because what I'm actually doing is I'm going to make this an outdoorsy area and have this place as like a separate kitchen. I don't know how that's really going to work, but I'm going to have to make it work. I'm going to have to try getting my workers out here. Either that, or I could make this like an indoor place, maybe replace some of the walls with glass, and I don't know, make this its own thing. But something that I also have 5 stars in here is the service. Now obviously the service has played a massive part in this, because the 5-star is obviously the max. And if you look at my kitchen, it's not actually massive. The only 2 things I've ever upgraded in here are the ovens, which I think cost about 1,000 each, so that's 2,000 altogether. the fridge so you can upgrade your meals. You don't necessarily need this, but what my strategy to get money is just getting really expensive. I'm not going to go into depth right now, but it's really just getting the most expensive dishes, upgrading them, and putting only them in stock, because it does take a bite out of your rating, but it is only temporary. And if you do it right, then you can have loads of money with a small amount of dishes and a high rating. Now obviously I've added the drinks machine, the coffee machine. This was to increase my food rating, which it used to be a 4, but it went down because if you look over here, I don't have many like types of foods, but as you can see, 13 and 16, if every customer has a starter, if every customer has a mains, if every customer has a dessert, if every customer has a drink, that adds up quickly, especially if you have a lot of customers a lot of the time. So yeah, that is segueing pretty well into the third category that I'm the best at, which is food. Now food, as well as just being the main way you earn cash, contributes to your rating, and my only suggestion to that is add everything you ever get onto your menu. So later on in the game, when you've got a 5-star and literally everything else, because right now you do need the money, so I would not recommend throwing everything onto the menu right now, because you do definitely need the money. I don't think it'll impact you as much, but it's still just a fail-safe. I don't know the complete math, which means it's better safe than sorry. And also food, you can just, because with the thing with food, if I added all of the dishes I have on my menu that aren't exactly on the menu, if I added all of these on now, my rating would definitely go up to a 4. Only thing is though, I would not be earning as much money, which means I would not be able to do as much for videos. That's the only reason I do it, and after I make my whole thing with all the upgrades and the second floor and the third floor, after that I will definitely go for the 5-star rating. So yeah, those are some methods that I use to get 5 stars. The atmosphere obviously just being decorate, put lights up. Lights definitely paved the way as well. Also like the decorations, the Halloween decorations, I had some of the retro decorations as well. And in terms of expansions, it is really just a waiting game. You need cash and you need stuff like that so you can actually afford these expansions. And as you can see, even though I have like a bajillion expansions, I'm only on a 2.7. So yeah, if I'm being honest, this game is more of a waiting game. It is more like, let me think of examples. If you did play Pet Simulator 99 back in the day, it is games like that. You have to wait around for hours to get money so you can upgrade your restaurant, but in the end, the payoff is massive. No pun intended. Don't go start spamming that in my comments, because if you do, I will mute you, and if you do, then, or if that thought even came into your head, then you can turn around and walk off. You can unsubscribe, I don't care. Just don't make that joke in my comment section, because I don't really like brain rot, to be honest. Like, you know, I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm probably going to make a separate video about it, maybe playing Hypershot. I love having conversations over games like this. But yeah, those are my surefire ways to get your rating up, if not get you 5 stars. Now, in terms of staffing, I think you would definitely want 2 staffs. No, let me reword this. So you would definitely want quantity over quality. Like, for example, you would definitely want all of these. For example, if you're starting off, instead of only upgrading the first 2 to level 5, which is still great, but you won't be able to get around enough. And also, the max waiter soloing only carries 4 dishes, which means unless you have a barrister, then it's going to be carrying literally all the weight in your restaurant, unless you help it out. I think it would definitely be better if you had loads of like level 2 or 3 chefs and waiters and barristers, as opposed to only having 1 of each, because for the longest time I had a level 5 barrister, but it was the only one, which means every single one of my waitresses and my waiters were carrying the weight of that one guy, which they shouldn't have been. And now I got second one, and now I got a stand over here where the drinks go onto, and yeah, that definitely does help me out in terms of efficiency and stuff like that. Now, in terms of money making, I'm going to go into this video, but I do want that to be a separate video. So if this video did help, then I would love it if you did drop a like on the video. That would definitely help me. And honestly, it just motivates me to make videos more like this, because every time I see a subscriber go up, I immediately want to talk to them, I immediately want to get to know them, and I know that is not physically possible, but it's just because the idea of being sociable is something I really enjoy, but it's hard for me, and I make videos to try and get my points across without having to actually be in a conversation, which I think a lot of YouTubers can relate to, especially people like RJTV. If you have watched the recent podcast he did with Chizingra, it's a pretty popular video, it's got around 20k views. Yeah, I recommend you go check out Chizinga. I'm not actually remember his name. I think it was like Charlie something. But yeah, in that video he was not confident at all. He was stuttering and going like, I know I do that a lot as well. And I'm definitely not saying I'm more confident than MJTV. MJTV is a great guy. But the thing is, if he doesn't have scripted videos, then he's not the most confident person. But he also said that he enjoys making videos because he can get his point across without having to have that face-to-face interaction. So yeah, that was just my little tangent. And so calls the end of the video. If you did enjoy, if this video did help, then please consider subscribing and liking. Comment down below anything I missed. Comment down below if this video covered enough. Comment down below other games I can play, because I take suggestions very well. Because games like Factory Madness, games like Hypershot, all that good stuff, very well suggestions. So if you want to hop on and make a suggestion, I definitely will not be against that. So yeah, if there is nothing much else to say, then I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay in good health and goodbye.